What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Bleacher Report. I'm your host, TD from TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. And here we are with our post-game reaction. Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars has concluded. The Dolphins win the game, but we do have some things we definitely have to talk about, all right? Let's get right into it. First thing first, the starters did play. Jacksonville, from my understanding, did not play their starters. And I have to be honest. I'm a little disappointed in the overall performance of the starters in this game, particularly on the offensive side of the football. I thought on the defensive side of the football, it was much better than the offense, but there's still some things on that side that has to be worked out as well. Let's start with the defense. I think Weaver tipped his hat, okay? I think Weaver is showing us that this season is going to be all about providing pressure to opposing quarterbacks, getting at them, making them nervous, and trying to win off of getting to the quarterback. They sent blitzes, they sent stack blitzes, they were just trying to send pressure. But boy, oh boy, it wasn't paying off as much as we needed it to. The quarterback was mobile tonight. He started making some runs, killing us on third down situations, picking up first downs. And I got to be quite honest with you. Even though our pass rush got there sometimes, we didn't do it consistently for 3 plays. We had to rely on the Jacksonville Jaguars top unit, not their starters, but their second unit, to make mistakes for our defense to get off the field. Missing throws that were wide open, certain things like that, over snapping the football when they were in scoring range, knocking them back. We can't go into the regular season like that. We cannot go into the regular season like that. We have to be the aggressors in everything that we do. We have to take things, not allow them to be given to us. Now, again, Chop Robinson, Bradley Chubb, Phillips, I just feel like the D-line was really up and at it and active, but overall, we're going to need more when the regular season starts. These were their backups. If we have any inkling of struggle with the backups, I just hope that's not a big issue when the season starts, especially week 1 versus the Colts. So defense, you did okay, but, there's still some room for improvement and things to be desired there, okay? But let's shift to the offensive side of the football. No. It's starting to be a problem. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, Waller isn't out there. Tyreek isn't out there. You're right. So I'll not panic. But what I will tell you, the offense that was out there tonight playing against a second string unit for the Jaguars, we can't have that. We cannot have that. That was actually not a good output at all by our starting unit. I said this a few days ago. It's something about our offense right now that just can't get out of gear. They can't get into that next gear. And tonight was the perfect proof of that. These guys just struggled on offense, couldn't even pick up a first down at first. It just doesn't look good. Tua was off. The O-line wasn't blocking. The run game was hit and miss. There were sometimes we found the Crease had a nice run. And as the game went on, we got better and better. But that was because, the units start changing. You start getting their third and fourth unit coming in the game. But our starters, though, we got to figure it out. And maybe, we just got to realize Tyreek is everything to this offense. Maybe that's just what it is. That simple. Tyreek Hill is everything to this offense. And if that's the case, we definitely need to hope that he gets better and gets well soon, because we're going to need every bit of him. We can't go out there like that this year and get embarrassed, okay? I see some people in the chat, BSE Property Maintenance says, sending love to you and the fam. Can't wait for regular season. Now, I am excited about the regular season. I can't wait for it either. But please, Miami, you got to give us a better showing than that, especially when we get to the regular season, because a lot of people, including myself, we're rooting on a successful year this year. We're rooting on a year that shocks us, I would say. It says, man, this is what we've been waiting on. That's what we need. We need a season like that. Nothing less. We really need it from you, Miami. So we're hoping that you bring the heat this year and definitely give us a better look than what we saw tonight. Mike McDaniel has to figure this out. I don't think there was an intention for the starters to play 3 drives at all. But the first 2 drives were so bad, you had to throw them out there for another one. And to be quite honest, even the 3rd drive, we end up going for it on 4th and 6. Nobody does that. Not unless it's the end of the game and it's on the line. At the 50-yard line in real football situation, that would have been three situations where we punted the football. Unacceptable. We have to do better. But we did go for it on 4th and 6. Tua connects. We move the ball. We run it a little. And then we end the drive at the 25-yard line to hit Taj Washington. I think it was Taj or Malik on a 3-yard pass, but the run after the catch was another 22 for the touchdown. And we got in the end zone, and we went for 2 as well, and we got that as well. But, man, we cannot be having a season where we're gambling like that, going for a 4th and 6 on close to the 50-yard line. Just not a good look. And I understand why Mike went for it, because he had to get those starters off the field. So go for broke now. Let's try to punch through so we can try to have some dignity in this game. So, and we did that, which was a good sign. But, man, that is a massive concern. Zach Wilson, hit or miss. Smarty Jam said Tua got hit by backup. Yeah, and that was another thing. Thank you for bringing that up. Tua was taking hits tonight. Like, well, what are we doing? Tua took like 4 hits. Sacked like 2 or 3 times and took hits. What are we doing? Like, we need this man for the full season to be healthy. We can't take those chances. I didn't even want him to play. Tonight. Like, what is he proving out there with a unit that he's not even going to be playing with? Well, Waddle was out there, but I didn't even realize Waddle was out there until the 3rd drive when he caught a little 6-yard pass. I didn't even know Waddle was out there, which is another issue. He should have been highlighted in this offense if he was out there. I don't know what McDaniel's plan is. He's going to have to show us when the regular season starts. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that it's totally different. He's just not tipping his hat, because that was not where it was. That's not what we want to see in the regular season. We got to be better, and we got to stop struggling against bad teams. We used to struggle against good teams, but now it's starting to be just struggling against teams. We got to fix that. I'm still going to hold out hope for this season that we're going to have great success. We're not going to have those issues, but man, oh man, I'm sorry. That was not good enough. But a few players that I want to give a shout out to, because I believe that they're going to make this roster. Eskridge, I believe he'll make the roster. We also have Taj Washington, that may have done a strong enough performance to hopefully get on the back end of it. It's going to be tough. You got to keep an eye out on that, the wide receiver core. You got to keep an eye on the wide receiver core. And backup O-lineman. That's what you got to keep an eye on these cuts. Tuesday, we're going to go live and we're going to talk about it Tuesday. But Tuesday, we got this is going to be an interesting 53. I just wonder who's on the back end of it. But here's what I will say. One highlight of the night, a guy who put a lot of work in, and I felt like he did a good job helping us win this game. Shout out to Ollie Gordon. He was the primary back. We're banged up at the position, but you know what? He came and he played tonight. Like, he might have been one of the few people that showed up and played tonight that you could take away from this and say, okay, you know what? We might be all right despite the banged up room right now. Ollie Gordon pushes a pile forward. He gets the short yard situations. And I love what I saw. Somebody told me recently, in the know, they were saying, Ollie may not be the best practicer, but he's a gamer. And I love that. That's exactly what he is. He's a gamer. When the game comes, he shows up and he plays. And that's what we got tonight. Shout out to Ollie. Outside of that, I was shocked because I didn't know Jason Sanders was hurt. I got to be up on top of my stuff. But, yeah, Jason Sanders was hurt. We had, I think, Bailey kicking for the field goal. That didn't go well. So hopefully he gets well. But we are banged up, people. One thing that you need to know, we are banged up. We are banged up. Two running backs out right now. We got old linemen that are banged up with Austin Jackson, Tyreek, people in the defense. We're banged up. Waller, waiting on him to get back. Yeah, we're a little banged up. So here's what I will say though. They got 2 weeks to get their stuff together. We're gonna go to war in 2 weeks. Hopefully we do enough to travel on the road, by the way, versus the Colts, who have a good pass rush, and get a W. But it's not going to be easy. Daniel Jones is considered a veteran now. Do they have enough over there, though? I'm not saying they do. But what I will tell you is Miami got to be better. Miami has to be better. All right. Malik Washington, yeah, he did show up today as well. I'm trying to think through the names. Listen, there's some guys that may just not make this team. They didn't do enough in training camp. We'll talk about that starting Monday. We'll do a stream on, some of the guys that are on the bubble that we're looking out for. And on Tuesday, I believe 4 p.m. or something like that, they'll be releasing. And then I'll go live later in the evening, right after they release the 53-man roster, and we'll break it down together. Okay? So be on the lookout for that as well. But outside of that, the Miami Dolphins, they do get a W. That's always good for the mental of a team, getting wins, right? But hopefully they learn from this game and realize they got to clean some stuff up over the next 14 days and get ready to go into this regular season, because a lot of things are riding on this year. We talk about coaches who could be on the hot seat, general manager, quarterback, weapons, Tyreek and different guys. This might be their last hoorah, so they got to make it count to see if they can extend it longer. And I believe if they have some success, they may be able to buy into one more season, or maybe we could just win the Super Bowl this year and it don't matter. So time will tell. We shall see. I don't know, but we got some work to do, and hopefully they do. Outside of that, man, Quinn Ewers, hit or miss. Zach Wilson, nothing really to write home. I hate really judging guys, whether good or bad, versus third and fourth string guys. And tonight, Quinn Ewers played with, and he did solid in my opinion, but he played with a lot of guys who are not even going to make the roster. So we shall see. I love you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you follow Bleacher Report for the latest in Miami Dolphins news. I will see you all tomorrow. Well, actually Monday. I'm saying tomorrow, but Monday I will see you all, and we'll chop it up then, talking about the projections of the 53-man roster and some of the bubble positions. See you all then. Y'all take care. Miami Dolphins get another win. Peace. I am